Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
It's so nice to have you tune in to this beautiful podcast on this beautiful morning.
It was a struggle this morning. It was raining.
It's still raining.
The air condition was cold.
It's so cold.
The fan was blowing.
It's so nice.
And that bed was like, don't you go. Stay
It was
some more.
I know.
But
we're in
we gotta
here.
do the Lightweight Show. So welcome.
Yes.
I'm
welcome
Matt.
to the Lightweight Show.
Sitting across from me is woman. We're a
Just
little
two genders.
discombobulated.
No, I was gonna say, but it's good though because we got in here before 7 a.m. and we're gonna post this at 7 because you guys deserve 7 a.m. podcast, man. Because a lot of people are going to work at 7 a.m. to get there at 8.
You definitely deserve
or
it.
maybe
You need your motivation.
getting up and getting ready, and so you guys can listen to this beautiful thing.
Especially my singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, we want to jump right into it. What do you have for us?
All right. So this is actually not a common book in the Bible,
Right.
because this is a Deuteronomical book. I don't know how to say it really. It's a apocryphal, apocryphal,
apricot,
I think, apocryphal, and Deuteronomical book. And
I don't have the book in my hand, so whatever she say, we all taking her word for it.
And this
But
is
she means well.
It's not Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes is a completely different book than Ecclesiasticus.
Okay.
And or like others say, Sirach.
So what do we read? All we heard was a whole bunch of names that you didn't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, okay.
So what we read?
And I'm reading Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verses 10, and we'll see where it ends.
We'll see where it ends. Let's
because
jump right into it.
The title of this is The Evil of a Wicked Woman.
Oh, they exist.
Yes.
And
for those who
and
do
if you
not
listen to this podcast, if you are listening right now, you are not an evil woman.
And another thing is, one of the best verses out there is, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Let's talk about that for a little bit, because I don't really know what.
We don't know where it is verbatim, but let's break that down.
Yeah. So, what is a wife?
Before we get to that, yeah. What is a wife? A wife is someone that's not married. And God, what God is saying, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. God ain't saying, hey, man. So for all these guys that are trying to say, man, God want me to talk to this married woman. That ain't what God's saying.
Right.
So when God is saying, he's speaking from a future tense. So when he says, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So in order to be a wife, you don't have to be married. You need to have the mentality of a wife.
Right.
You have to conduct yourself as a wife. You have to be around. You have to have actions and the mindset of a wife before you can become a wife. It's just, you can't still be out here hanging out, partying, dates every other day, hanging around girls just gossiping all day. And expect to find a husband. Yeah, expect to find Prince Charming. That don't make sense. No, you have to isolate yourself.
Take time for yourself.
You have to isolate yourself.
Reevaluate your heart.
Reevaluate. Are you ready?
Yeah, are you ready? Because it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, marriage is not a light thing.
Yeah.
It is a lifelong thing.
It's not a seasonal thing. So therefore,
it's not.
You have to know that going into it. So when God says, he who finds a wife, he finds a good thing. The reason why, when a woman's mind is made up, I'm ready to be a wife, according to the guidelines of Christ, of God.
And let me say something right there.
Then there is no jewel that can compare to that.
And let me say something right there. You said, according to the guidelines to God. And what I get from that passage is that the man who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Right.
she is already a wife because not only does she have the mentality of a wife,
Right.
but she's also married to God.
Absolutely.
She's married to God, and she is his wife because she is committed to him.
Committed to
and
him.
you are just coming in,
Okay, she talking.
and you
She
are
talking.
just lifting, bringing her as a wife in
Fleshly
in
fleshly form.
in earthly terms.
Yeah, it's
So-
temporary. It's lifelong,
Uh-huh.
but it's temporary
Yeah.
because the Bible talks about God being a husbandman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So therefore, like she said, the woman is committed to God.
Yeah.
She understands the guidelines that God is expecting from her
Mm-hmm.
when He gives her fleshly matrimony. Because
What is matrimony?
talk to me.
What is the coming together? What is the wedding all about? The wedding is not about the party
It
or
ain't
the
about
big
the dress.
or the
It ain't about the reception.
No.
It ain't about the champagne and the
No.
desk and not the desk, the
desk.
dance.
Yeah.
The dance.
no.
I'm thinking about IKEA. The dance.
The
and
cake.
The cake.
the
and
grooms,
sitting
the
down and he
heels,
putting the little thing on the leg.
The dance. The throwing up the bouquet.
The bouquet. No, it ain't about none of all that. It ain't about
the
that.
bridesmaids.
The
Oh,
bridesmaids.
Lord. Oh, because there's so much that goes into
Oh, my
planning. Oh my God,
goodness.
that's why I gave up.
Yeah. So back to the original statement. He who finds a wife finds a good thing.
No, actually, we were talking about the wedding. What is a matrimony?
Go ahead.
And matrimony is not all those things that we just mentioned. Matrimony is a covenant.
Covenant, absolutely.
A covenant between God, the man, and the woman.
Absolutely.
And it is the coming together of both of these things.
The-
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a big party. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big thing.
Honestly, according to the Bible, as
It's
long as the
a
pastor
witness.
and a witness, a
Mhm.
minister, a witness, man, woman, and God is going to seal that thing
Yeah.
with his holy covenant.
And that's what we did.
Yeah, absolutely. So think about this. To go back to the message for the day. But that was great that you brought up he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So, ladies, if you planning on being married, isolate yourself. Listen to this podcast. Share it. Dig into the book because the book is the ultimate rubric for both a man, a proverbial woman, and an Ephesians man. Yeah. And that's what will prepare you. So if you're interested in how to become aware to start to be a married woman, Proverbs 31. And if you're interested in how to become an Ephesians man, Ephesians 5. So let's jump into today. Let's talk about the woman that's opposite of you and all the women listening to this podcast and men you want to stay away from.
I would rather live with a lion and a dragon than live with an evil woman.
Wait. Oh my God. Oh, listen to that. Okay. Side note. This is for myself. Dragons really do exist. I did not know that. Dragons do exist.
Truth be told, I actually was really excited because yesterday we actually read Ball and the Dragon, and they said that the dragon was alive and they were feeding the dragon. And I just want to know what constitutes as a dragon back in the day. Yeah. So I totally
because I'm thinking about Dragon Tales, and I always wanted to go to that land. Dragon Tales.
Obviously,
Dragon
they
Tales.
don't spit fire, guys, but.
Right.
I want to know.
Dragon Tales. We're all on a Dragon Tales. Okay, so.
The next verse. A woman's wickedness changes her appearance and darkens her face like that of a bear.
A bear? So women, if you are looking grizzly, drop it. These aren't our words. Hey, but listen. See,
but a woman's wickedness changes her appearance.
A proverbial woman.
Crazy.
This is like proverbial woman 101. We live in a time where everything a woman does is right. And proverbial women, God-fearing women, don't agree with everything that the worldly woman is doing.
Absolutely not.
And for God, so it is important for men and women, but mostly women, to correct the wicked woman. And the wicked woman is everything that
this verse is saying.
This verse is saying.
And not even the second half, just the first half. A woman's wickedness changes her appearance.
So.
That doesn't mean just in the face. That means the mutilation of the body.
Yep.
That means all kinds of things. Like if God didn't give it to you, man.
What's being promoted today?
Exactly.
So all you beautiful, incredible brides of God, y'all gotta.
You are worth more than rubies.
Worth more than rubies, and you have to denounce it. You have to set aside. You have to look different from what it is that.
Trust me. As a woman, I when I was younger, I believe it was tempting. It was tempting to just see, you know, like I was like, maybe I could change, you know, my nose. But why would I do that?
And think about because when you're at the pearly gates, God, like, who is you? It's me. It's me, God. It's woman. I don't know you. I don't even recognize you. And say like, I do. Come on down here. So go ahead and carry on.
And I'm going to drop down over here. And I'm going to go to 22. And it says, there is wrath and impudence and great disgrace when a wife supports her husband. And by all means, he broke it down before we got in here. And he told me that actually it is not that a wife is supporting her husband in good things.
Right.
But that a wife is supporting her husband in still being a crook. And still being whatever it is that.
Still living the dark side.
Yeah.
Ungodly, worldly man. So.
Because
women, it is okay to encourage your man to straighten up his life. If you're listening to this woman and women.
Yeah. And you want to change your life.
You want to change. And the reason why we refer to ourselves as man and woman, because we're not important. We're just deliverers. We're just messengers of this great word. So who we are is irrelevant in comparison to this beautiful word. So when we refer to you as men and women, that's what you are. You know, the Bible tells us when I was a child, I did childish things. But when I became an adult, I put those things away. So it is important. We are young adults, no matter your age. It's all God is referring to a mentality. He's referring to a spirit. And the Bible just broke it down. Read that again. It is
verse 22.
No, the first verse.
Oh, I would rather live with a lion and a dragon than live with an evil woman.
So this is coming from God. It is important. It is imperative to know and understand that if God, these are God's words, and He is saying He would rather live with a lion and a dragon than an evil woman. So how much should we allow evil women or the mindset of evil women? Because a woman can change the moment God touches her heart.
Yeah.
But we cannot continue to condone and accept every and all things that comes from a woman. Oh, it's okay. She's a woman. She can do it. When we know.
Yeah, that's wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
You know? And we as disciples and warriors of God in Christ and just common sense. Most of the stuff that women are doing now, and it's not to talk about women necessarily, but we are talking about
the evil women.
The evil women. Because just as much as there are evil women, there are evil men. And as believers,
absolutely,
we must pray for them, and we must set aside. So the moment we acknowledge,
I think that a lot of people say, oh, well, there are more evil men than there are evil women, because they're so blinded to the fact that they themselves may be a woman, or that they themselves may have great women around them, surrounding them, or that they themselves had, or they're like, how can a woman be bad if they just raise children all day and just,
no. Look at what's going on right now. You know, you have to, therefore you are putting an agenda. You are putting a gender over your common sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Bible breaks down that it's better to live with dragons and lions than an evil woman.
Yeah.
So that's all that we have today, because this has been a whirlwind of great information and knowledge. I am blown away. And I am scared of these.
Yes. And if you want to go ahead and see what we just read today, and it might not be in your Bible, please, by all means, go online and search Ecclesiasticus. And it's chapter 25, and you will be able to find this information. But we are so excited that you tuned in today. And we love you. We
love you.
We just want you to come back, man.
Come on back and keep being great. So thank you for tuning in to the Lightweight Podcast or
Lightweight Good Morning Show.
Man, I'm all over the place. Thank you. Be blessed. I'm man. Sitting across from me is woman.
We out.